Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining the webinar, Creating Schedules Using QuaCS. My name is Karen Lewis, and I am one of the advisors in the School of Engineering Advising Hub team, and we're here to support you while you're building schedules for this upcoming fall semester. QuaCS is software that students use to create not conflicting schedules with all of the course options available to them, and I'm going to get into this with you a little bit. First thing I want to do actually is visit our SOE Hub website. This is something that you should become very familiar with because it has a ton of resources that you can use and things that you can learn about before you even get to campus. For this purpose, I want you to start with the class of 30, and we're going to look at the resources for course registration, which is towards the bottom of the screen. So when you're in the registration tab here, how do I register? How do I log into WebEx? All of those are going to be really helpful for you to know. And what we're going to focus on right now is how do I create my schedule for next semester. So the first thing that we're going to pay attention to are the fall registration major checklists. These are a list of suggested courses that you can choose based off of your major. They're all listed in a file that you can download. For this presentation, I'm going to use the mechanical engineering checklist, but all majors are listed, and I'm just going to go over them because they are acronyms, so they're a little bit hard to decipher. So mechanical, undeclared engineering, environmental engineering, civil, biomedical, materials, chemical, electrical, computer and systems, aerospace, aeronautical, nuclear, and industrial engineering. So when you click on whatever your major is, it's going to present you a list of courses. And based off of what kind of credit you're bringing to RPI, you're going to want to read the notes section of each of the checklists for your major. Now, in this particular situation, I am going to focus on the sample schedule that's at the bottom of each of these to kind of go over which courses I would actually recommend taking. So let's see. So there you have a list of courses that we can choose from. So this is what I'm going to use to create my QuaCS schedule. The link to QuaCS is also on our website, so you can find it there, but for convenience, I've already pulled it up here. Now, QuaCS main menu is broken down by school. You have your humanities, arts, and social sciences, which are your Haas classes. You have engineering courses, science courses, and so on. The biggest thing that you're going to want to pay attention to is making sure that fall 2026 is listed on the side to ensure that you have the appropriate courses for the semester. Referring back to the checklist, we have broken down here. You have your course prefix and your course number and your course name. So those are what you're going to use to build your schedule and find and navigate the main menu of QuaCS. So for the first one on the menu here, we have Physics 1100 and Physics 1101. So those are going to be the courses that I'm looking for in here. And because physics is a science course, we're going to find the physics prefix right here. So clicking on that is going to bring us to the list of all of the physics courses. So Physics 1100, you have your course description that's going to tell you what the course is about, and then you click and all of the sections are going to present in format here. You have your dates, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. R is Thursday. I know that confuses a lot of students, so it's worth noting here. And then you have Friday. The meeting times of the courses are listed in each date. You also have your professor. You also have a note about how many seats are available in each section. So currently 30 out of 30 seats are available, which means no one has registered for that particular section as of yet. So we have a couple of different options that we can choose from. Because there's 14 sections, you can manually choose which sections you prefer. Or if you wanted to select all of the sections to navigate how they would look, you can just toggle all sections by just clicking that button there. So that's what I'm going to do for this particular course. And then we also, going back to the checklist, needed Physics 1101, which on QuaCS is right here. So I'm going to click that as well. Now this particular course, which is the mentoring section for the physics class, has 36 sections. So to navigate a little, I'm going to manually choose which sections I want to use for this. And for this schedule, I think I want to have my mentoring section on Wednesdays. So for that reason, I'm only going to choose the Wednesday sections. And maybe I don't want a 6 o'clock section. So you can kind of pick and choose which particular sections you would want. So I think that's good for me. And I am going to go, now that I have made my selections, up to schedule. And that is going to present both the physics and then the physics mentoring section. So you could see the course numbers listed and all the information. So if I use the arrows, it's going to show me how each section meets at a different time, and it's going to navigate around the screen showing you different options. So as of right now, I have 130 options between those two courses. So I might want to narrow that down a little bit, but in the meantime, I'm going to start building more courses into my curriculum here. Going back to the checklist, the next course is Principles of Chemistry in this example. So I'm going to look for Chem 1100. So back in QuaCS, to get to my main menu, I'm going to actually just click on the QuaCS menu, which will bring that back up. And chemistry is another science class, so I'm going to click on chemistry. So Chemistry 1100, Principles of Chemistry. And now I have 11 sections of chemistry. So again, to maximize my choices, I am just going to select all of them and then hit schedule. So now I have 500 options. And as I start navigating, I'm going to see things moving around on the screen again. So moving back to mechanical, I'm going to continue adding classes until I have all the classes that I want to input here, which I'm going to do kind of quickly now. So I have an engineering 1200, 1400, or 1300. Because engineering 1200 is preferred for mechanical engineers, I'm going to try and use that course. So again, I'm going to go to QuaCS, main menu, and now I find my engineering courses here, and engineering 1200 are here. So I have my sections here. I'm going to select all of them and go back to schedule. Back to my list. I am going to register for Calc 1, Calculus 1, Math 1010. So going to QuaCS, main menu, Mathematics, Calculus 1, and I see here I have lots of different options. So I am going to select a few. You could select by professor, you can select by time, whatever you choose. I'm just going to choose Professor Traldi in this example, and perhaps Professor Stevenson. And now I'm going to go back to hit schedule, and now I have over 5,000 options. So to summarize everything up, I have a Haas inquiry course here. Now, I'm not really sure what a Haas inquiry course is, so going back up to my QuaCS menu, I know that Haas stands for Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences. So navigating here, you're going to find your Haas inquiry options. Now, one thing I want to point out about these Haas inquiry courses, if you're building schedules before the class is loaded, we do reserve these seats exclusively for first year incoming freshmen. So right now the courses appear full, and it's simply because the seats have not been added. So I don't want you to panic if you see that the courses are full when you're building schedules. If registration hasn't opened yet, that just means we haven't actually loaded the seats yet. But for this particular situation, I'm just going to choose behind the TV screen. I'm going to choose this course and hit schedule. So now we have a lot of different options here. And I'm going to toggle through to kind of pick and choose each increment in between back-to-back schedule courses is 10 minutes. So if you feel you would need more than 10 minutes, most students don't, but if you did, you might want to scatter your courses a bit, or perhaps you like classes back to back and you want to end your day earlier. However you want to navigate things, you can kind of pick and choose. Now, if you wanted to reduce the number of schedules that are options here, if you go below, you can see all of the courses that you selected. Now, if a line appears through that course, that means that that section is not being utilized in your schedule because of conflicts with other courses. So those can be removed. But if you wanted to remove additional classes, say you wanted to take out the 8 o'clocks, for example, on Tuesdays, you could do so by just unselecting. And I'm just going to go through here and kind of weed through my options to figure out exactly what classes I wanted to keep and what I wanted to remove from my courses here. Obviously, we can't remove this because that's the only Haas class I picked, but I might want to streamline calculus a bit. And you'll see in red, those represent conflicting courses. Okay, physics, I'm going to probably cut these down a little bit as well. This is fun to play with, and it's also helpful to kind of see how everything navigates and how it fits together. And again, I'm just going to maybe choose a few less just to minimize my options here. And as I'm arrowing through, you're going to see things moving around again. Okay. Looking at this, I kind of feel like I like this schedule, and perhaps I might want to register for these classes. If this was my dream schedule, and it doesn't have to be yours, you can continue navigating through the 528 or whatever you wanted to do, create multiple schedules. You could do screenshots and save a bunch, but you can navigate through, and your course registration numbers, aka CRNs, are going to be what you're going to use in order to input that information for SIS. SIS is the platform that you're actually going to use to register for your courses. QuaCS is where you build your schedule, and SIS is where you register. Now, what would happen when you click on this is if you click, it copies it automatically. And when you go into SIS, which we're going to present for you in a different webinar, you will see how you can transfer those courses right into SIS and submit your changes to have a full schedule. I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, you're always welcome to reach out to a hub advisor who's happy to assist with this. But this is kind of the foundation of building schedules, and feel free to play with the software to kind of figure out which schedules you like the best. A typical engineering student usually registers for around 17 credits in their first semester, and this schedule shows a 17 credit semester. Thanks for watching.